Hey, what's going on, guys? Aaron here. Welcome to the video. I'm in my van. I'm still in Sedona. I'll give you a little tour after this video. Anyway, it's very hot. Let's get going. Ethereum ETFs launched today. I'm going to talk about that. Also about Mark Cuban talking to Kamala Harris. Maybe Kamala will actually speak at the Bitcoin conference. And then I want to finish off with some charts that I think are important just to keep our brains wrapped around where we are in the cycle compared to previous cycles. So first right here, day one in the books for ETH ETFs, who did 1 billion in total volume. That's actually more than I thought they would do. Not as high as Bitcoin's first day, but that's to be expected as well. And here is something that some people are afraid about. Coinbase is the custodian of 10 of 11 of the Bitcoin ETFs and 8 of the 9 of the ETH ETFs. And that could be a risk. Maybe. Somebody says here Coinbase is a systemic risk to crypto. I mean, if Coinbase were to go down, if something were to happen, if they were to be illegally rehypothecating Bitcoin or something were to happen like that, that would be insanely catastrophic to the ETFs and then to the entire crypto space. But even before the ETFs, I think Coinbase has played such a critical role that if they would have had an issue, if they were to have pulled an FTX or a Celsius, the entire market would have collapsed anyway. So it is something to note, though, that if you are buying ETFs, most likely you are using Coinbase as your custodian. So Mark Cuban says that Kamala Harris's camp reached out with multiple questions about crypto. Mark Cuban said, "I'm getting multiple questions about her camp, so I take that as a good sign. The feedback I'm getting, but certainly not confirmed by Kamala, is that she will be far more open to business, AI, crypto, and government as a service." All right, so I highly doubt it, just because we've seen the Democratic Party weaponizing Gensler, weaponizing the SEC to literally make their enemy crypto over the last several years. For that to flip on a dime, I mean, it could happen if they realize that that is the breaking point between getting elected and not. I think that the parties will do whatever they can in order to get elected. But it's just like, very interesting, right? We'll see what happens. If Kamala says, "Oh, we love Bitcoin, we love crypto," I'm going to stay skeptical. And it's also interesting that Mark Cuban seems to be, at least right now, the spokesperson for crypto. He was promoting Doge over Bitcoin in the last cycle, and he has flip-flopped a lot. So we'll see. So this is huge news that came out a few hours ago. Basically, we are in talks. So Dave Bailey, who is leading the Bitcoin conference in Nashville next week, we're in talks with Kamala Harris' campaign for her to speak at the conference. This would be very savvy of her to reset the Democratic positioning on the fastest growing voter bloc in the country. They are making up their minds today. Trump is set to speak there. A lot of people are speaking there. Vivek is speaking there. A lot of the senators, the pro-crypto politicians are speaking there. If Kamala goes there and says, "Hey, we are bigger proponents of Bitcoin and crypto and freedom than Trump and the Republican Party," holy crap. I mean, not only would that skyrocket the price of Bitcoin and the entire market, but again, we would just have to be very critical that they are lying in order to buy votes. So a couple charts here. The first one, Bitcoin price risk level. Let me zoom in right now. So we are a little bit less risky than we were last month in June. The price of Bitcoin has come down a bit, so that makes sense. Right here, Bitcoin year-to-date ROI. This one I love. Very important to remember this. In 2020, that is this line right here, Bitcoin in 2020 did a 4x in price. Right now, we are right around where we were in 2020. So we were above it for most of the year. Basically, Bitcoin was doing better than it did in 2020 for most of the year. And now, as you can see right here, it is coming to around the same point. So again, we are right where we were in the last cycle, which is very important. Right here, Bitcoin market cycle bottom ROI. So from the very bottom of the market of the last cycle, which happened in November of 2022, right now Bitcoin is up around a 3.6x. And in the last halving cycle, Bitcoin did a 20x. And right now we are on pace, basically at the exact same ROI as we were in 2020. Bitcoin ROI after the halving, so the halving happened in May, we are actually below the previous halving cycle, as you can see right here. And Bitcoin did a 7.86x to the peak of the market. So all charts point towards more volatility, which I'll show you right here, but also higher prices. So these are the current drawdowns for this bull market, and they've only been like 20 some odd % down. In bull markets of the past, to like summer of 2021, so that would be like summer of next year, we saw drawdowns of well over 49%. So if there is more volatility, it doesn't matter, in my opinion. I am still holding based on everything that's happening in macro, and all the charts that I just showed you all point towards higher prices moving forward. So guys, that is it for the video. Nice little view. It has been very, very, very hot and humid here. Looks like it's about to rain at any moment. Definitely tons of monsoons in northern Arizona. This is monsoon and mosquito time, but got some red rocks behind me over my shoulder. They look larger in person, I promise you. I hope you guys are doing well. Till next time, talk with you soon, and bye for now.